Well, to talk a bit more about this with me now, I'm joined on the set by our international affairs editor, Armen Georgian. Armen, give us the background on this latest incident.
Yes, so first of all, Jeannie, about the latest statements on the incident, we've got the Houthi military authorities saying that they have carried out an operation deep inside UAE territory. The UAE itself has not said that this was a Houthi military attack. They're saying simply that small parts of a plane were found on both sites that could have been part of a drone, and also adding that there was no significant damage from the incident. But we'll have to obviously keep an eye on what both sides say, both in terms of the UAE authorities and the Houthi military authorities, from whom we're expecting a press conference pretty soon. In terms of the broader political background, what you've got to keep in mind here, Jeannie, is that there is this proxy war going on between the Houthi movement in Yemen and the Gulf states, with the Houthi movement aligned with Iran. Iran, of course, an adversary of the Gulf Arab states. And so you've got that proxy conflict playing out in many countries in the region. Well, not many, but several. Iraq, Lebanon, and in Yemen as well, where in Yemen you've got the government in Yemen that is backed by Saudi Arabia, and the Houthi movement, as I said, aligned with Iran. And I think the immediate background to this is that actually the Houthi movement made some inroads in the central southern parts of Yemen in early January, and the Saudi-led coalition, which includes the UAE, then pushed back against that and actually did manage to push the Houthi rebels back in several parts of two key provinces in the center and south of Yemen. So it's possible that the Houthis carried out this operation as a sort of response to that. And of course, they have been threatening to carry out attacks against the UAE, as they have already done against Saudi Arabia. And indeed, we've seen that in the last couple of months, this military balance has shifted a little bit in the south and the center of Yemen, and the UAE, which had scaled back its operations somewhat in 2019, seemed to have got a little bit more involved in these recent operations that included Saudi Arabia in southern Yemen. So it's possible that the Houthi movement decided to kind of riposte with this apparent drone attack. But again, we're going to have to wait and see what comes out of this press conference shortly.
All right, Armen, thanks so much for
Thank
that.
you.
And in the very latest on this story, we're just